Now really, why is it necessary for those of us over 60 to hear about food safety? And we've lived this long without any problems. But did you know that now that we've reached this, well, shall we just say, more advanced age, we're more susceptible to food poisoning and its effects? Now, some of the signs of food poisoning include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain and cramps, and fever and chills. So if you experience any of these after eating, treat it as a serious issue it just might be. Okay, enough of that. Let's get on with why we're here. Now, I've done 3 videos on food safety, and I'm going to include links to the others in the description below. Well, that is if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, let's get on with this video. The Government of Canada's Food Safety for Adults Over 60 page has some interesting information regarding what is considered safe foods for adults over 60 and what isn't. Now, I was surprised by some of the information, but for some, well, not surprised at all. For example, remember being a kid and grabbing that hot dog wiener right out of the package and just devouring it? Well, don't be doing that if you're over 60. It should be cooked until it's steaming hot, at least 74 degrees centigrade or 165 Fahrenheit. Oh, and make sure you don't spread those juices to other dishes, utensils, or countertops. And wash your hands after handling that raw wiener. Now, who'd have thought a simple wiener could be so dangerous, eh? But it can be. Also, the so-called fresh deli meats like bologna, roast beef, and turkey breast, they can also harbor parasites and bacteria that can take a toll on our well-being. Now, all these non-dried deli meats ought to be heated until they're steaming hot as well. Now, they suggest that dried and salted deli meats, such as salami and pepperoni, are better alternatives. But I kind of question the logic in that, given the amount of salt, grease, and nitrates that are loaded into those. Now, do you like eggs? Great! They're a wonderful source of nutrients and protein, but they can also be a source of problems for you if they're not cooked enough. Now, sadly, for my liking, it's suggested they're cooked until the yolk is hard. Disappointing. And what about things like meats and poultry? Well, you guessed it, they too need to be cooked to a safe internal temperature. So I'm going to include a link to a cooking temperature chart, again in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. And we've been told forever not to eat raw fish and seafood. Even though we have things like sushi and raw oysters being offered to us. And apparently, refrigerated smoked seafood is kind of touch and go as well. Seafood and shellfish should be cooked to a safe temperature, and canned seafood, or seafood that's in a sealed container that doesn't have to be refrigerated until opened, apparently that's considered to be safe as well. And as for dairy products, well, the short story is to make sure all your dairy products are pasteurized. Oh, and the same goes for things like fruit juices and cider. Interestingly, they also advise against things like raw sprouts such as alfalfa, clover, radish, and mung beans. And they say to cook them thoroughly too. I haven't heard that before, but taken in the context of this, I suppose it makes sense. Oh, and for those of you who love your pâtés and meat spreads, they say to use canned rather than refrigerated. So stay safe. And as I said earlier, this is one of a series of 3 videos on food safety for seniors that I've done. Links to the other 2 are in the description below, and you guessed it, if you're watching this on YouTube. So tell me what you think. Do you have other suggestions? Oh hey, like the video, subscribe to this channel, and then hit that bell so you're notified when new videos are uploaded. In the meantime, stay safe and enjoy your day. It's Norm here at 8th Decade. I'm wishing you peace, health, and harmony. Bye for now.